previous class, we have seen about the inheritance concept. So today we will see the super keyword. This super keyword uses and how this super keyword will be used in Java. We will see that. So super keyword is what? Super is a reference variable that is used to refer immediate parent class object. Now we have already seen in the this super in the inheritance concept. So in the inheritance we have seen we have used the super keyword in the constructor. But word can be used in the constructor, can be used in the variable and used in the method also. So how are it uses? We'll see that the uses of this super keyword. Now, first, if super is used to invoke immediate parent class constructor. So it is already we have seen that the super keyword we have used. This is how this is we have used in the constructor. So inside the constructor, we have used the super keyword. So super keyword can be used to invoke immediate parent class constructor. Next is super is used to invoke immediate parent class method, and super keyword can be used to refer immediate parent class variable. So in these three times, super keyword can be used. Keyword can be used to invoke parent class constructor. Super keyword can be used to invoke immediate parent class method, or the super keyword can be used to refer immediate class variable. Now, through example, we will see one by one, we will see that. So first, we will use this super keyword when this super keyword refer to the immediate parent class concept, immediate parent class variable. This super keyword will be used. We will see that example first. So the example of the super keyword you see, in first time, we are invoking the parent class variable. So here we have used a class parent, name the class as the parent, and inside it we have declared a variable. So int I equal to 10. So we have given a value of I that is 10 and it is of integer type. Now this class, this is the child class, this is another class, and this is extending the parent class. So that means this is what? This is our parent class and this is the child class. So this child class is what doing? This child class is extending the parent class. That means it is inheriting the parent class variables and methods. So here in the parent class, here int I equal to 10, it is mentioned. So that means this will go inside the child class also, because this child class is inheriting the properties. This child class is inheriting the properties of the parent class. So class child extends parent. Now here we have declared I value as another assigning the value with another. So here we are using int I equal to 20. Now inside this we have a method that is m1 and it is type void, and here we are printing the I value. So first we have printed system.out.println value of I in child. So value of I in child means here the 20 value will be shown. The 20 value, it will show the value 20 because this is I. So this I refers to value of I in child class. So this I value is referring to this. And next is what we are printing system.out.println value of I in parent. And here we are using super.I. So super.I, when we will use that, that means it is, this will refer to this I value, because super.I, super we have used if it is used in the variable before the variable, that means it is referring to the immediate parent class variable super to dot I. So immediate parent class variable is what? Child class. This child class immediate parent is what? This parent class, and this immediate parent class variable is what? This immediate parent class variable is I equal to 10. So when we will use super dot I, that means here the value 10 will be shown. So that's how we see in the main class. In the main, you see in the main class what we have done. In the main class, we created the child class object as child C1 equal to new child. That means child class object is created. So this through this child class object, we call the M1 method. So M1 method means here the tracing will go here because child class method is what? The child class method is M1. So inside this M1, the value of I in child, it will be printed, and the value of I in parent class super dot I. That means the output will be first it will show 20 for this I and super dot I. So immediate parent class variable. So immediate parent class is variable that is defined in the parent class, the variable value that is defined in the parent class. So it will be shown. So that means in the next time it will show as 10. So that's how our super keyword is used when we used to invoke the our variable, when we invoke the parent class variable. So that means in that time we'll use super keyword, then dot operator, then the value, then the variable which we are invoking, that value is, we will refer that. So this is how we will invoke the parent class variable. Okay, so this is what, this is the first type. Then we will see immediate parent class constructor. So when immediate parent class
Sir, sir,
yes,
what is C1.M1, sir?
C1.M1 means what? C1.M1 is the, this is what? This is the child class object. This is what? We are creating object, the child, this child class object we are creating in the inside the main class. Child C1 equal to new child. That means this C1 is what? C1 is the object.
Sir, which line?
Then we have to commit we are calling the method. Each and everything in our Java, so we want to access M1 method. So how we can access the M1 method? If we want to access the M1 method, that means we have to create where this M1 resides. Now this M1 is residing in the child, class name child. So that means this object would be, it is audible to everyone?
Yes, sir.
Sir, sir, what is the output? When we
The
write,
output will be what?
when we write I instead of super dot I.
Super dot I means what? Super I have already told that super means what? Super means
No, sir.
super I. So
We write
I
only
value. I value is what? So only I, the value that is present on I equal to 20. This value will be shown. This value, if it is 20, here you can give any value. Here it is 20, 20, so that means why use the super dot I. That means that I value that is present in the parent class, the I value that is parent in the present in the parent class, that value will be shown when we use the super dot I. Okay, so super keyword is used to invoke parent class. When we use that like that, that means we are invoking the parent class variable. It is clear?
Hello, sir.
Huh.
Sir, if we use this super keyword after the M1 method, then also it will give the same output.
method is doing that, what this method is doing, this method is only printing. So we have done that. You can write anywhere. It is up to you that if you didn't use this. But everything, now if you want to access, if you are telling that if I will not write the M1 method, that if we didn't write the M1 method, only you write like this, system.out.println, you write like this, then also it can be done. Because what if in that time we have to do what? In that time we have to use the inheritance concept. In that time you have to do the inheritance concept. But here I am referring that M1 is the method, and in this M1 method, this is doing what? This is printing the two values. One is, that is the local definition.
So you are not audible.
Voice
सर
coming.
आप सर आपका माइक में प्रॉब्लम है.
My मेरा voice क्या सुन नहीं पा रहे हो?
नहीं सर, कभी कभी नॉइज आ रहा है आपका माइक से.
अच्छा, अभी अभी कोई नॉइज आ रहा है?
नहीं सर, ठीक है.
ओके, तो मेनली क्या है, देखो ये जो है हम लोग आई का वैल्यू प्रिंट किए और
You are not audible, sir.
का वैल्यू है. Sometimes it is okay for a minute.
सर आपका आवाज.
Is it audible?
नो सर.
Hello, it is audible? It is audible to everyone right now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So this is what? This is everyone? समझ में आया सबको?
नो सर.
Okay. So now we will see in the next type, that is example to call the immediate parent class constructor using the super keyword. So when this super keyword, we will use this super keyword in the constructor, inside the constructor, then what it will show when we will use the parent class constructor. In that time, you see, we have done a class that we defined that is name as parent, and this is what? This is the parent class constructor. So parent class, inside this parent class constructor, what we have done inside this parent class constructor, we use system.out.println hello. So that means this hello will be printed. So the working of this parent class constructor is what? This parent class constructor working is it will print the hello. Okay. So next is what? Next we are defining class child extend parent. That means this child class is extending the parent class. And inside this, there is also a constructor. This is child. This is the constructor. And inside this, we use super. Now, what is the function of this super? This super will do what? This super will immediately transfer to the parent class constructor. So this is the second type that super keyword when
Sir, you are not audible.
okay, it is audible to everyone right now.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So that is what we are discussing, that example to the call of the immediate parent class constructor using the super keyword. So here we are doing what you see in the class, that name is parent, and inside this what? This is the parent class constructor. So this parent class constructor is doing what? This parent class constructor is printing the value. This parent class constructor is printing the value, that is system.out.println hello. So that means this parent class constructor is printing hello. Now this is what, this is the child class. Now class child extends parent. So that means what, this child class is extending, this child class is extending the parent class. This child class is extending the parent class. So that means this, inside this parent class, whatever the variable and methods are present, they will do what, they will invoke by this child class. And this is what, this is the child class constructor, and inside this child class constructor we are doing what, we are using super keyword. Now this super keyword will do what, this super keyword will refer to the immediate parent class constructor, because this super is defined inside the constructor. This child is what, this is a constructor, because this name and this method name and the class name is same, so that means this is the constructor. So inside this constructor we use super. So this super will do what, if it is, this super is defined inside the parent class, defined inside the constructor, that means it will do what, it will refer to the immediate parent class constructor. So child class, this class immediate parent is what, this class immediate parent is the parent class. So this parent class, in this parent class, what is the constructor? Inside this parent class, the constructor is parent, and what it is doing, it is printing the system.out.println hello. So it is printing the word hello. So that means when we will create the object, when we will create the object in the main class, then this is what, this is the main class, class super test. So inside this main class, what we are doing, we are creating the object, we are creating the object of the child class. So child c1 equal to new child, that means we are creating the child class object. So child class object means what, it will go here. So here this will come inside the constructor. So inside the constructor, super keyword is mentioned. So super keyword is mentioned means what, this super keyword will this super keyword will refer to the immediate parent class constructor. So this child immediate parent is what, this parent class. So this parent class, in this parent class, the what, the in the constructor what things is mentioned, in this it is mentioned that print system.out.println hello. So that means hello will be printed. So this is the another type, the if we use the super keyword in the our inside the constructor. So we have already seen that how the super keyword can be used for the variable. The super keyword, this is how the super keyword is used inside the constructor to refer to the immediate parent class constructor. That's how the super keyword is used for the constructor. Now it method is also same type like the constructor. Here it will be a method. So inside the method we will print the super keyword. So super keyword will immediately refer to the parent class method. That is the another type. So these three types we can use the super keyword in this three ways. One is for the variable, another one is the for constructor, and another one is for the our method. Okay, so it is clear to everyone. It is clear.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so this is what our super keyword does. Now we will see the concept of the method overriding. So we have already seen the method overloading concept. Method overriding is what? Method overriding means to override the functionality of an existing method. Now in the method overloading, we have seen the name of the method is same, but it has the number of arguments is different. But in the method overriding, name of the method and the arguments are same. Then how can the compiler able to differentiate that? The compiler is able to differentiate that because both the method, now a method will that is present in the parent class we will override that method in the child class, and both the method name is same and the number of arguments are also same, but they are present in the different class. They are present in the different class. So that's why compiler able to differentiate between them. So here as an example, you see here as an example, this is a class named parent, and inside this we have used M1 method. And this M1 method is doing what? It is printing the value or printing the statement parent. This is printing the statement parent. Now, this is the child class. This child class is doing what? This child class is extending the parent class. So extending the parent class means what? The M1 method will be present in the child class also. Now in the override, what we do? In the override, we override the method. Now that means what? The method name is same also, the method number of arguments are also same. Only this method is overriding. So that means if a method that is present in the parent class, we will override this method in the child class. So here you see in the child class, same method we are using, the same name. The method name is same, void M1. And here we are using system.out.println child. So that means this M1 will print what? This M1 will print the statement child. Now, when we will use it in the main method, you see we have used child C1 equal to new child. So that means we are creating the child class object. We are creating the child class object. And through this object, we are calling M1 method. Now, we in the parent class, M1 method is also present. In the child class, M1 method is also present. So how it will differentiate? Able to differentiate? It is able to differentiate with that, because here we are creating child class object, and through this object we are calling M1 method. So that means what? It is referring to the child class M1, because we are creating child class object, and through this object we are calling M1 method. That means it is referring to the child class M1 method. So the output will be shown as the child. So this is what the method overriding concept. Sometimes in the exam, it is given that what is the difference between the method overloading and the method overriding. So method overloading means what? Name of the method is same, but the number of arguments are different. But method overriding is what? In method overriding, the number of arguments and the name of the method both are same, but the compiler will able to differentiate it, because here we are in the parent class, a method will be present, and that method we will override in the child class. So this is what? This is our difference. So always remember, and this is very much vital. Okay, so that's how this is what our method overriding concept. Now a special case is when there is no method definition in child class. So there may be case applied that there is no method definition. It may also possible that the method definition is not present in the child class. So let's take an example. So this is what in this class parent, there is a method present void M1, and what this method is doing, it is printing the value or printing the statement parent, system.out.println parent. So that means it is printing the statement parent. Now this class is what? This is the child class, and this is extending the parent class. And here there is no method present. There is only blank. And now what we are doing? We are class over test. This is the class, and inside the main class, what we are doing inside the main class, we are creating the object of the child class, and through this object we are calling the M1 method. So that means what? We are creating the object of the child class, and through that object of the child class, we are calling the M1 method. So that means this M1 will be first searched in the child class, because through child class object we are calling this M1 method. So that means it will first trace in the child class. But child class, there is no method present. M1 method is present. So that means M1 method is not found in the child class. So what will happen? The execution or the tracing will not stop. In that time, what it will do, this M1 method will be searched into its immediate parent. Now this child class immediate parent is what? The immediate parent is the parent class. Now the searching will go in the parent class. The searching will go inside the parent class. Now when it will go, the searching will go in the parent class. So in parent class, now the M1 is present or not, it will be checked. The M1 is present or not, it will be checked. So now in the parent class, it is found that the M1 method is present and it is printing the value or the statement that is parent. It is printing the statement parent. So that means in the output, the statement will be printed as the parent. So if the method is not present, there may happen some special cases, like if you are searching the method that is not present in the child class, in that time it check it in its immediate parent, that in that the method is present or not, it will check into its immediate parent. And now if in the immediate parent the method is present, so in the method what the statement is there, it will print. So this is the special case. In special case, sometimes this may happen. Okay, clear?
Yes, sir.
It is clear.
Hello, sir. Sir, output parent will be printed twice or only once?
Output out again, please make the question.
Sir, here two times output statement will be written. So output parent
Then
will be
no,
printed twice
it's
or
not
once.
two time. It's not the two time. It is file. First, what we are creating? We are creating the child class object. So first in the main, inside the main, we create the child class object. And after that, through this child class object, we are calling M1 method. This is what we are doing in the main class. Now this M1 is what? This M1 is not present in this child class. This M1 is not present in the child class. So that means what? That means if it is not present in general case, that means what? Error will be shown. But here there is the inheritance property. So because we are inheriting the parent class, so that's why this will be checked into its immediate parent also. So in this immediate parent, if the method is present, then the value will be shown. But if in its immediate parent the value is also not present, that time it will show the error. But here it is doing what? This we are calling the method that is not present in the child class. So not present in the child class means what? It will check due to the inheritance property, it will check into its immediate parent. Now this child class immediate parent is this parent class. So in this parent class, the M1 method will be checked. Now in this parent class, the M1 method is present. So that's why the value is shown as the or the statement is printed as the hello or the parent. Sorry, the it will be printed as the parent. So it will show that. Okay.
Sir, I am talking about, sir, the final result. But means
The final result will show as the parent. The final result,
only,
the output will be shown as the parent. Because
sir,
here the
but
M1 method is not present.
sir, but the means, sir, but the statement written twice here, sir.
No. Statement written twice, not here. The statement is, I am referring for your, this is what, if you see it properly, then you will understand. It will see you properly that what you see, the program you will see, you will understand. You see that first inside the parent class, I have declared a method, and this method is what? This method is printing the statement parent. And inside this what? Inside this another class I have written, this is a child class, and this is inheriting the parent class. But here I have not mentioned anything. This is blank. This is blank. I have not mentioned anything. Now, when we will create the object of the child class, when we will create the object of the child class, and through this object, we will call the m1 method. So c1.m1. Now this c1 is what? This c1. Whose object is this c1? This c1 is the child class object, because through child class object, this is the child class we are creating the object. So m1 method c1.m1 means what? Child class object dot m1. So that means m1 will be first search into the child class, but the child class there is nothing mentioned. So that's why in its immediate parent it will be checked, and if it is found, then the value statement or the value that is present, it will be printed. So the output will what? The output will be shown as parent. So this is the output.
And sir, in the parent class constructor, their output will be
If
printed twice or
m1
once.
is not present in parent class constructor also, you are saying that though, if m1 is also not present in the parent class, then what will happen?
Yes, sir.
Yes, I understand that. If in that case also the m1 is not found, in that time the error will be shown, because it is not finding anywhere. So what value will be printed? The error will be shown. In this case, that in child it is not present, so it checked in its immediate parent class. But if in the parent class m1 method is also not present, in that time it will check, it will be checked, but if it is not found, then the error will be shown, and the output will be the error, and it will be like m1 is not found.
Yes, okay, sir.
Okay. So then, thank you everyone. The time has really completed. So in the second half, I think you have no classes in the second half, na? In the second half, you have no classes. Okay, so in the second half, I will in from 350, I think from 350, then I will take another class from 350 also.
230.
From 230, your senior batches classes have been there, so that's why I will not able to take that time. Your senior batches classes are that in that time, right? So after that I will take the class.
सर 350 है ठीक है.
Okay, so I will give the link